Woman killed, man injured in Nutshell St. Catherine gun attack. A woman was shot dead and a man was injured after the car they were traveling in came under gunfire in Nutshell District, St. Catherine. The deceased has been identified as 37-year-old bartender Kenisha Bailey, otherwise called Finey, of Main Street in Newarton in the parish. Reports are that about 11:45 p.m., Bailey was traveling in a motor car driven by the injured man. Upon reaching near Nutshell Square, occupants of a Toyota Vauxhall motor vehicle opened fire on the vehicle, hitting both Bailey and the driver. The vehicle was driven to the Linstead Hospital where Bailey succumbed to her injuries. The man was admitted and later transferred to the Kingston Public Hospital. JDS soldier accidentally shoots girlfriend during argument. A 40-year-old Jamaica Defense Force soldier is being probed after the reported accidental shooting of his girlfriend at Crescent Road in Kingston on Monday evening. The 25-year-old injured woman has since been hospitalized. The soldier is a corporal in the JDF. Information reaching reporter is that around 6:30 p.m., the soldier and his girlfriend were at the location when an argument developed between them. The argument escalated, the police said, and the woman threw stones and butter at her boyfriend. The soldier reportedly pulled his firearm out of fear for his life. Further reports indicated that the lawman slipped during the incident and accidentally discharged a round from the weapon, hitting his girlfriend in the leg. The now injured woman was taken to hospital, where she is being treated for a gunshot injury to her right leg. The police said they are conducting further investigations. Canadian woman killed in motor vehicle crash in Trelawney. Up to late Tuesday morning, the husband of 60-year-old Kelly Stewart, a Canadian woman who died as a result of injuries she sustained in Sunday's motor vehicle crash on the North Coast Highway in Trelawney, remained in hospital. Stewart, who was from Dean Crescent in Canada, was traveling with her husband and two other passengers in a Toyota RAV4 when they collided with a truck near Bowgate, Trelawney around 10 p.m. Stewart, along with her husband and the two other occupants, were taken to hospital, where she was pronounced dead and the others were admitted for treatment. The condition of the husband has reportedly improved. However, the conditions of the other two passengers are not immediately known. The Falmouth police are investigating. Tension remained high between JLP and PNP councillors at the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation. Tensions remain high between Jamaica Labour Party and People's National Party councillors at the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation. The JLP caucus, which is the minority, walked out of the corporation's disaster committee meeting. This followed a similar action by PNP councillors during the monthly meeting on Thursday. Thursday's meeting ended abruptly due to the PNP councillors' discontent with the passage of the bill to make Portmore the 15th parish in the lower house last Tuesday. Speaking with reporters, Minority Leader Teresa Turner-Flynn said the walkout was an intentional protest. She said the disaster committee meeting should be null and void, and it was not ratified at Thursday's meeting due to the suspension. Meantime, Chairman of the corporation and Mayor of Spanish Town Norman Scott said despite the walkout, the committee meeting was held.
He did a walkout, a protest. Reason being is that at General Council meeting, General Council should ratify all committees. General Council meeting was abruptly adjourned. It was 10 minutes worth of meeting and it was abruptly adjourned so that the councils can move on to God House to stay there, discuss as it relates to the 15th parish that should be established. The General Council meeting is a meeting that should ratify all committee meetings. However, that was not done. So this disaster committee meeting this morning, it should be null and void also because no ratification of those committee meetings were done. The business of the people of St. Catherine can put it aside just to stage a protest. A protest just to say you are not satisfied with both. And you are not satisfied with the 15th parish as it relates to Portmore becoming a parish. Or you leave the people's business hanging in the wings and fancy. We don't treat people like that. We don't treat the business of St. Catherine that way.
Although at the point when they left the meeting, we didn't have the quorum, but our members subsequent came in for the meeting. Before the meetings are scheduled. There needs to be no ratification. They were scheduled. This is one of the scheduled meetings.
Political commentator says PNP is not in a position to criticize the JLP's decision to reinstate Judge Wright. In light of a public criticism about the Jamaica Labour Party JLP's decision to reinstate Member of Parliament Judge Wright, who went independent in 2021 following allegations of domestic abuse, political commentator Linton Garden has sought to highlight that no criminal charge was laid against him. On Sunday, the JLP announced the Central Westmoreland MP's reinstatement. It said the standing committee accepted a recommendation by the membership committee for Mr. Wright, who had applied for him to be readmitted. However, the decision has been criticized by members of the public. Speaking to reporters, Mr. Garden noted that Mr. Wright has not been found guilty of the allegations leveled against him. He also stated that the opposition's People's National Party is not in a position to criticize the Jamaica Labour Party's decision, as both parties have members with records of questionable conduct.
Mr. Wright has not committed a crime. The lady did not pursue a report against him, and he was not charged, he was not placed before the court, and he was not convicted. So as far as we are concerned, this is a man who has no criminal record. If we are to go by moral and legal standards, it is obvious that the parties, both the JLP and the PNP, do not put priority on those matters. It seems to me that the greater issue is to get someone who they believe will win, irrespective of the moral or legal issues surrounding that person. So whether Mr. Wright will win or will not win is another matter. But one cannot, or the PNP cannot stand tall and question the integrity of Mr. Wright and or the wisdom to put him up as a candidate, because they have amongst themselves persons whose conduct in the past can be questioned and can be criticized.
A betrayal of all women, PNP criticizes JLP on readmission of MP George Wright. The decision by the ruling Jamaica Labour Party JLP to readmit George Wright, Member of Parliament for Westmoreland Central, has been slammed by the main parliamentarian opposition as a betrayal of all women across Jamaica, particularly victims of domestic abuse. People's National Party PNP Chairman Dr. Angela Brownberg has charged that Wright's near 4-year stint as an independent MP was a JLP deception and a big lie. Nikisha Burrell, PNP Deputy General Secretary, said Wright's reinstatement is a declaration that politics matters more than justice. The JLP did not dismiss George Wright. They distanced themselves long enough to weather the storm, Bertel said during a press conference on Tuesday at the office of the Leader of Opposition, Mark Golden. The Westmoreland Central MP resigned from the JLP in 2021 after a viral video of a man beating a woman, first with his fist and then with a stool. He has never publicly denied being the person in the video. Wright was never charged by the police, though he and his common law partner at the time filed separate complaints at different police stations. The case was closed after the two did not pursue the complaints. Wright married the woman after a year of counseling. Wright has been sitting as an independent member of the House of Representatives, although he said he supports the policies of the JLP administration. The JLP confirmed Wright's return on the weekend, citing mitigating actions he has taken since he stepped away. However, the PNP said redemption should come after first acknowledging wrong. What we are seeing here is a sanitization of George Wright, said Gabriela Morris, president of the PNP Youth Organization. Two nabbed with identity information in St. Mary charged. Two men who have been charged with possession of identity information following a joint police military operation in Kinlan and Hampstead communities in Portmore, St. Mary on Tuesday. Two other men were also detained in the operation. Head of the St. Mary Division, Acting Superintendent Anthony Wallace, said the raid targeted wanted individuals. It also sought to disrupt gang activities and recover illegal firearms and contraband. It occurred between 5:30 a.m. and 8:30 a.m. Wallace said the other two men are being interviewed. The police continue to intensify efforts to dismantle criminal networks and reassure law-abiding citizens of their safety. Residents are urged to remain vigilant and report any suspicious activities, he added. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.